Divine Masculine, I'm actually going to start with your Oracle cards because the last couple of reads have been interesting. A lot about self development and kind of confronting some of the hang-ups that we may have that could be causing us serious issues. Yeah, here's boredom in the reverse. I don't think Divine Masculine is bored with solving this problem, which is very masculine of you, I must say. There's something about you not getting tired of being a problem solver. Yeah, look, this is shame in the. I don't think you feel shame. I don't think you feel bored. I don't think you feel the need to kind of like dissect this necessarily. Yeah, look, this is kind of saying like you're not bored when it comes to like you're not ashamed of yourself, you're not bored, and you're not like low on self-esteem. It means that you're able to take your objective position and do something about it. Action is actually what I'm seeing here. There's feathers, there's people descending from the heavens handing this person hearts, and then there's also this, angel holding this person. So I'm saying like there's going to be assistance in anything that is difficult. This is number 4, number 35, and number 16. The problem that I see here is that you may be feeling very trapped or very like you don't feel bad about anything. I don't know how to explain this. Let me think of an example. Okay, this is a good example. Let's just say you have a family member who, I don't know, you have to help every once in a while, and you don't you're not gonna like get bored of helping them because they're your family. You don't feel ashamed of them because they're your family, and you don't think that they should have self-esteem issues at all because they're your family. But the other person has all those things, right? And so in your mind, you're like, dang, like I want to problem solve this. I want to troubleshoot for the solution, right? And I think that's maybe what you're about to come up against this next month. I will get clarifiers because this is like just oracle stuff. Yeah, you're trying to restore balance, but you also realize that you're not alone in that. You need the balance for yourself, for your family, for your coworkers, for all of that. All that needs balance. But this is what I'm saying is that there seems to be something about you not being alone and you having to assist in some way with divine healing, specifically when it comes to feeling ashamed or somebody who might feel less than or unable to bolster their self-esteem in some way. Yeah, here's introspection, cooperation. When I cut the deck, it's really that's what it is. It's like you're trying to figure out how to cooperate with a whole bunch of people that are in their feelings, basically. Yeah, this is potential energies, number 8. It's like people are, how to eat your feelings and stay engaged. This is boredom, number 4, and 8, potential. So it's like the half life of something right here. It's like you're trying to solve for how quickly something could disintegrate if you don't balance it out. Okay, like yeah, it's a solve. There's a something about an equation. There was a lot about unified force field. It's almost like you have like a whiteboard and a whole bunch of scribbling on there from like 5 different people that you need to bring together in order to get the balanced um, formula, okay, for whatever concoction it is that you're brewing up here. Here's number 23, release. This is coming out with shame. Number 35. You could see this as like being a shame, like, damn, that's a shame that 5 different chemists or whatever couldn't figure this out or couldn't get their stuff together to work together and find the formula. Like now it's all on me, you know? Or it's like being the head of the household and needing to take care of all your children, your wife, your brother, your sister, and your parents all at the same time, you know? Yeah, there's no joy in that. There's absolutely nothing joyful about it. It's hitting somebody's self-esteem. It's hitting your ability to stay peaceful and joyful. Um, and overall, this is why you're maybe out of balance, or the world around you seems like it is. I have inner authority right here, number 14. That's what I mean, is there's something about what you know specifically. There's something about you in specific, divine masculine. You know how to do something that like a whole bunch of other people didn't know how to do. Like you're the only person that can solve that formula. Yeah, there's number 36, fulfillment. Interesting. Let me show you this. Because balance was at the top of the reading like this, like so. And this is number 36 also. Number 36 and number 36. That's what I mean by like you're the only one that has some kind of like if you had to match passwords or crack a code or something, yeah, you're the only one with the courage to do it. Like you're the only one that's able to do it. You're the only one that can fulfill that demand. It's something about you having a very unique skill set that will need to be utilized. And I think if you utilize it, you're going to have fulfillment of, it's going to take courage, but you're going to get fulfillment from it if you're able to stick it out. Okay. Let's get cryptic messages. Look, it's like healing a marriage, or I don't know how to explain that. A commitment needs healing. That could be the family, that could be the formula. I mean, this could be something so simple as you having to have one of your younger children make the baby's bottle so that your older child can babysit while you're at work. You understand what I'm saying? Like you having to figure out all that intricate scheduling or the logistics of all that. It could just fall on you because you're a parent. It's kind of like that. I don't know how this is going to apply to your life, and you'll know how this applies to you once, you know. Yeah. Look. Ta-da! Okay. So this is your potential energy coming through. Now it's actual energy. Now it's actually kinetic energy. Yeah, look, here's like there's something that you're not going to think about releasing anymore, or you're not going to think about like doing anymore, or something. It's like we double triple booked ourselves today, and I never want that to happen again. So now you're thinking about how to make it happen. You're thinking really hard. Like this is air movement. So could be dealing with an out of sorts Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but you're really focusing on how to I feel like there's something, I don't know why I keep seeing a drawer that's like off the little groove that it's supposed to be in, you know? They're so annoying because like you have to literally crawl all the way under the sink to get it fixed. That's coming out with fulfillment is the grounded, and then the end of strife is coming out with solitude. Bottom of the deck, we have Morning Star. That goes with courage. So you have to have the courage to be like the star of your own show. And that might not be something that you necessarily want to have to do. I'm not going to lie about that. I just hear a lot of sailors being like, follow the North Star. Like, draw up like, let's head for the hills. Like, I don't know. There's something about you having to move some stuff around or like do something. I think it's for you masculines. This might just also be you holding up the general collective as well as your feminines, because they did have a lot on their plate. They really did. So, yeah, I would suggest you go watch the general collective read if you're interested in that. But it had something to do with having to center yourself in order to make progress, in order to feel solidified or like stable in whatever it is that you are doing. There could be some deceit or some lies going on in your life right now that you need to deal with, because those are not going to make you happy in the long run. That just came out there at the very tail end, and I have no clue why. I am going to use the Pegasus deck really quickly to get you one last read. We're just going to do 3 cards and then we'll move on. Yeah, there's I feel this weird feeling in the pit of my stomach, like I'm no stranger to anxiety. However, this isn't anxiety. It does feel a little bit like anxiety, but I think it's more like there's tension. Like, you know, how people say, oh, you could cut the tension with a knife. You might be having tension with someone and you don't even know why. I don't, you know, you might not even have, that might be why you need to figure out what the tension is about or what the formula is to fix it, or you know, it could be as simple as like the formula that you're using for your baby is making their stomach upset. Yeah, here's flight number 9. There's something that's what I mean, that you got to do something, like take flight. I feel like there's going to have to be like a fast moving action, but I don't know what it is. And it's one that you're going to have to like formulate. You're going to have to be like a mastermind this month. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Yeah, look, it's a fast moving energy. I cannot lie. Yeah, this is dishonesty coming out, but it's in the reverse. Well, honesty is in the reverse. So that's what I mean by like you're something about like if you catch someone doing something, or if like for example your children, right? If they're being kind of naughty, you're gonna have to catch that, nip it in the bud, because there's something about that taking off and becoming very difficult, like a difficult situation that you could have sidestepped. Like you could have gotten around that somehow. Um, don't be deceitful to other people and they won't be, you know, as likely in my mind. Probably not true at all. But yeah, to be prompting lies in your life. If you keep integrity for yourself, other people can't prompt your flight. So this is saying if someone stands up on a plane, you're with your family, and you're stuck inside a fuselage, right? Someone stands up and says, I've got a knife. You're going to have to take some fast moving action. You're stuck inside a plane up in the air, but you also need to think very carefully before you take that action, because it could go very wrong. It's kind of like that. It's like when you're threatened by something, and that's what I mean by deceit. It doesn't even have to be deceit that is coming towards you or coming from you. It could simply be in your environment, like a deceitful environment. Um, could be people gossiping. It could be people, whatever. Okay, it could be a dating kind of website. People in that you randomly meet in public. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be anyone. Could walk into a bank and not know that there's a bank robber in there, and that's the deceit. Okay, so I'm not blaming you, is what I'm trying to say, divine masculine. I'm saying that there's an energy in your vicinity that needs to be confronted, like sooner than later. And I don't think you need to do it in like a really harsh way. Like try to keep it kind of light is what I'm seeing, but also it's kind of like I'm feeling this that's that feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's like almost, it's like anxiety, nerves, or like apprehension. Yeah, you know how your stomach drops to the pit of your stomach and you're just like, man, I do not want to have to deal with this right now. I just don't. I feel like that's the kind of energy coming from. Yeah, look, you don't want to have to deal with the choice that you're going to have to make. You don't want to have to do it. You don't want to have to deal with the fallout. You don't want to deal with the planning. Look, this is wishes. So this this, be careful what you wish for, as one wish will be granted. That's what I was trying to say. There's something about this, or maybe this is really positive. Okay, maybe it's like you met Rumpelstiltskin and he's going to grant you a wish, but you should probably be careful what you wish for because Rumpelstiltskin is a liar. So, yeah, that's the energy. I don't know how else to kind of help you figure out how to find what makes you feel well, what makes you feel like your wishes are being fulfilled. All I know is that you're going to have an opportunity to grab it. There's a you don't have really a choice about having to confront this energy. The energy will confront you if you don't confront it. But I'm also telling you that if you can do it in kind of like a lighthearted manner, the wishes and the wishing well will remain open. If you can't do it that way, if the deceit and the lies and like all that, if you're frustrated, if that's the formula that you're trying to solve for right now, I would just say take a step back. You have end of strife over here anyway, so there's nothing. What's the worst that could happen? Like you just don't do anything at all and miss an opportunity. That would really suck. But also, there's a lot of opportunities in this world, so it's a choice. There are decisions that are going to have to be made. And as divine masculines, I have complete confidence in you that you will be able to do just that. But yeah, that's the general energy. I was only going to get 3 right here, but I do want to clarify flight, prompting, and laughter. I was just going to let the whole reading go, but I'm going to see what's really power. Yeah. It's almost like you have an opportunity to obtain some real power in some aspect of your life. This obviously could be an earth sign, and this person is not being prompted, just so you know. Some people are more likely to do like the whole, I'm good, I'm doing good, doing great, how are you? Like the automatic responses, or like this person is not going to be one of those people. This is a very powerful person to be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. And this person could bring a lot of like actually happiness and laughter into your life and fulfill a lot of wishes, but it is going to be a choice that you're going to have to make eventually. I don't know what that choice is. Okay, soulmate. I'm telling you now, this person could bring a lot of joy, happiness, just positivity into your life. It could be a real soulmate connection with a really powerful earth sign, or a power couple is going to be coming from the situation, but you have to make some decisions first. I don't know. You're going to have to tell me how this goes because I don't know. Yeah, choose not to use your ego. That's why I wanted to clarify, because this choices in the reverse was giving me like, oh, you're being held like hostage or something. No, you're not. You're being held hostage by yourself, by your own brain, by your own brain. This is self-sabotage. If you're using your ego and there's no gratitude going on, then you're not going to have this choice of like your wishes being fulfilled in the future. Look, that was right underneath it. This is future. It's like a groom standing right there waiting for his soulmate to walk down the aisle. But this is also somebody's wish. Like somebody wants this to be the case. It just seems like there needs to be some ironing. Yeah, here's growth. That's what I mean by ironing. There needs to be growth of like a light, the light in the relationship, or like once you solve for this, let's just say this is the equation, okay? Once you solve for this equation, your stardom, or your ability to shine as bright as you possibly could is going to grow into something so incredible. Look, right now there's just no safe travel. The truth card was right behind the star, and that was so like the star truthfully does not have a safe, like right now you don't have that opportunity quite yet. I don't know what is impeding the situation. I don't have any answers for that. I guess we could ask. Okay, we'll ask. Y'all are lucky I'm nosy, divine masculine. um, so let's ask, what exactly is it that is impeding the progress of whatever trajectory is going to have to be made in order for the wishing to begin? I guess for wishes to be fulfilled. Try to channel some of that 36 energy. I got choices again. You saw me shuffle. Here's divine sight. Okay. This is divine sight. Number 7. See the divine in everyone. Okay. So I want to say seeing the divinity in other people is going to be really important. Even I really struggle to do that sometimes. So I'm saying the choice card in the upright says, there is another way. Ask your unicorn to help you find it. I'm just saying this unicorn is like opening the jail cell for you. I think what could be impeding you is like you're maybe a little bit locked up in the way that you think about things, or like I'm just seeing someone that's like really set in their ways. Like they could be older, they could just be really like disciplined in a specific way or have specific belief systems that they're not really very likely to waver from. They could also be a little bit like, I could say jilted. So this divine sight just kind of lets me know, like, this man right here is literally going like this, and the other one is like crouched on the floor in a ball. Okay. In a weird way, I feel like all of these are the same person. And that the unicorn is just going to help you take the blinders off and get up so that you can walk out of the cell that was already open. To walk out of the cell door that was already open. So the choice is yours. This man is blindfolded in the choices card. The unicorn is going to have to lead you. You're not going to be able to, like, I'm just seeing like this is going to take some type of like, you got to have faith, or like just you're going to have to put some of your, I don't know. I don't want to say trust. I'm not saying trust because just because you have to make a choice doesn't mean you trust it. You know, just because I have to turn left doesn't mean that there's not a car accident right around the corner. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so just take it with a grain of salt is what I was about to say. This is listening number 33. I feel like this is after you get out of whatever holding cell that you're in mentally right now. I feel like maybe someone operates like in a pattern, like in they're holding a pattern. Yeah, that's what it is. Someone's holding a pattern where they're doing something in a pattern. And I think you're going to have to, if you want this soulmate, you're going to have to interrupt the pattern, which kind of sucks sometimes, but also is very necessary for growth. So I don't know what that is. Listening without closeness or help, seeking good. I don't know if any of that meant anything to you. To me, it just means like, people might be listening to you, but they can't help you. You have to help yourself. So see the best in everybody, like the unicorn was saying, and then just listen to your own self, because, you're probably your own best soulmate to begin with, would be just a wild guess of mine. But I also am saying that if you want to find someone else outside of yourself, doing that healing so that your ego and your level of gratitude can be on the up and up, very important. See you later.